Trabuco Hills boys basketball team tips off against Chino in round 1 of the Division 4 playoffs. We got the highlights and more coming up next on South County Sports Zone. Hello everyone and welcome to South County Sports Zone. It's your home for high school highlights right here in South Orange County. We got a full slate with boys and girls basketball playoff highlights. We tip it off with the boys. Aliso Niguel's been on a heater. They've won 9 consecutive games. Their last loss dates back to December 30th of last year. That's 2025. And the Wolverines try to keep their streak alive as they hit the road against Newport Harbor. Round 1 of the Division 3 playoffs. Newport Harbor Sailors out of the Sunset League, hosting Aliso Niguel, the Seaview League champs. First quarter, Wyatt Richmond, he hits the 3, and number 5 gives Aliso a 5-point lead, 7-2. And then number 5 for Newport Harbor, Antonio Hatziris, he hits from long range. Sailors lead by 3, 10-7. Later in the first, Owen Sokola is going to drain it from the outside. 13-9, Newport by 4. Final minute of the first, and sophomore Will Fincher, dribble drive, left hand off the glass. Wolverines lead by 4, 18-14. We go to the second. Sokola into the lane, pivots, and shoots. The 6'6" senior banks it in, 26-18, Sailors by 8. Colin Tejan gets the turnover. He's going to dump it to Colston, who scores. And Aliso trails by 8, 30-22. We go to the halftime with the Sailors cheer squad. Third quarter, Wyatt Richmond drives to the basket and 1. Richmond converts, trims the lead to 5. It's 30-25. Jay Keys battling. He gets the rebound, put back, and 1. Keys gives Aliso the lead, 32-31. Later in the third, Sailors get the lead back. Battle for the rebound. Cade Clark gets it, passes to Sokola for 2. 37-36, Newport Harbor. But Aliso would go on a 9-2 run to end the third. Tejan, big shot to beat the buzzer. The Wolverines lead by 6, 45-39. Pick it up in the fourth, and the Sailors are going to tie it up. Hatziris for 3, all square, 49-49. Newport gets a stop, and Owen Sokola gives them the lead. Three-pointer is good. 52-49, Sailors. But Aliso would battle back. Richmond to Meissen, count it for 3. Aliso by 2, 57-55. Final 90 seconds. Henry Colston in the paint, pumps, jumps, banks it in for 2. 59-56, Aliso. And the Wolverines would survive and advance to the next round.
Well, we had, a real competitive first half. We were down 8, and Newport was playing really well. But I was confident in my guys. We turned the ball over too much in the first half. We had 9 turnovers, and I just said, take care of the ball. The shots are going to start falling. And, I was really proud of their focus and their toughness competing. They got some really good players over there. We made a couple shots. My point guard, Colin Chino, had a huge 3 at the end of the third. That sort of just gave us some momentum, and, we hit free throws at the end. So you come to playoffs, and you got to make free throws, and we did a good job of that.
Black and teal pulls away down the stretch in this one. Final score, Aliso Niguel 68, Newport Harbor 60. Pass it over to Trabuco Hills High School, round 1 of the D4 playoffs. Chino Cowboys, first place out of the Mount Baldy League. Trabuco Hills Mustangs, second place finishers in the Seaview League. Cowboys would score first. Brenton Gordon swishes the jumper, and it's 2-0, Chino. Mustangs would answer and get hot. Karst to De La Rez, back to Karst, and 1, makes it 6-2, Trabuco by 4. Mustangs would go on a 12-0 run. De Lorez lays it in. 12-2, Trabuco by 10. Later, it's Gordon to McClendon for 3. Cuts the lead in half. It's 14-7. We go to the second. Gordon into the lane. Kicks it out to Hoover. Hits the left-hand floater. Chino on an 8-3 run and trails by 5. Mustangs answer with a 7-0 run. Ryan Hull drives to the basket and scores. Trabuco leads 24-20, 24-12. They're up by a dozen. Then it's Devin Williams behind the back. Into the lane, hits the jumper, 26-14. The lead is still 12. Just before the half, Chino misses from outside, and it's Karst on the fast break for 2. He finishes. Mustangs lead by 7, 28-21 at halftime. We go to the third. Jonas Silver is going to find Hull. Long-range 3. Puts Trabuco up by 9, 31-22. Chino on the other end. Brenton Gordon makes a tough shot and 1, 31-24. The lead is 7. Later in the third, Silver battles for the rebound, and he pushes it ahead to Karst. Soji Karst runs the floor and scoops it in. Nice shot. Mustangs on a 10-2 run. They lead by 15. Cowboys on the fast break. McClendon to Gordon. He lays it in for 2. 46-34, Trabuco by 12 after 3. We go to the final frame. Paxton to Warnick to Hull, and 1, and it's 51-36. Mustangs by 15. Then it's Warnick. He's going to give it to De Lorez. Outside to Hull for 3 more. Bang! 57-38. Mustangs are in control. Later in the fourth, Karst to Paxton. Back to Karst, over to Williams for 2. Great passing right there. 60-42, Trabuco Hills. Chino would hit a late 3. Trenton Davis drains it in, but the Trabuco lead was too big to overcome, and the Mustangs are moving on.
We had a home loss to Beckman. We actually started league 0-2, and a lot of teams might just roll over, and it was just, hey, we're not making shots. We can play defense. We know we're elite defensively, and we've now won, I believe, 6 of our last 7. And when you have a senior group, this is when you're hoping to peak. Not in November, not in December, late January and February, and that's exactly what we're doing right now.
Honestly, we came in with a game plan, and I feel like we just executed. So that's the result that we got. I feel like it was really good.
Trabuco Hills advances to round number 2 with a 70-54 win over Chino. Ryan Hull led the way with 26 points. We go back to the Division III playoffs, round 2 matchup with the Glendora Tartans, visiting the Aliso Niguel Wolverines, wearing the home whites. We go first quarter action. Tanner Grable banks it in for Glendora. Tartans trail by 2. It's 10-8. Aliso answers on the other end with 1, 2, 3. Count it, 4 passes. Meissen buries the 3. 13-8, Wolverines by 5. And then Jay Keys passes to Meissen. Meissen says, I'll take it from here. 18-10, Aliso on a 10-2 run. Glendora answers with a 7-1 run. Jeremiah Garzon makes the 2-point bucket, 19-17. Aliso would lead 22-19 after 1. Wolverines start with a steal. Irabarn gets the takeaway, feeds Fincher for 2, 24-19 in the second quarter. Then later in the second, it's going to be Keys with the steal. And the senior lays it in for 2, and Aliso leads by 6. Glendora would keep it close. Max Hilgenfeld hits the jumper, 36-32, Aliso by 4. Wolverines would finish the quarter strong. Colin Tejan with the scoop shot puts Aliso up by 8. And then just before the half, Wolverines set it up for Meissen for 3. Can he hit it? Yes, sir. Makes it 44-35, and Aliso would take an 8-point lead into halftime, 47-39. Pick it up in the third, and the Wolverines would stay hot. Wyatt Richmond, he knocks down the 3-pointer. The lead is 11, 55-44. Later in the third, Jay Keys, he hits from outside. Bang! Extends the lead to 16, 64-48. Miles Irabarn gets the steal, runs the floor, gives it over to Meissen, and Meissen hits another big three. 71-52, the lead is 19. Final 30 seconds in the third. Hilgenfeldt misses from the outside. Newkirk follows up for two. It's 71-55. Aliso would get the last shot in the quarter. Meissen delivers again, long-range three. Wolverines up by 19 after three quarters. We go to the final frame. Jeremiah Garzon is gonna lay it in for the Tartans. And it's 81-65, still Aliso still in control. Wyatt Richmond keeps it going from long range. He drains the three from the corner. 86-67, Aliso Niguel, and the Wolverines would close it out over Glendora.
Well, I thought we shot the ball pretty well in that second tail of the second quarter and then into the third quarter. You know, number 4 down there, he's a big boy, and so we struggled with him around the basket. But I thought for the most part they did a good job, you know, containing zero. And I thought we shared the ball pretty well. We shared the ball well. We shot the ball well, and when the ball goes in, things tend to go your way. And I'm real proud of our guys tonight.
Hey, all glory goes to God above everything else. But honestly, hey, we're going round 3, and we're just hyped up. We're gonna play. We're gonna keep playing.
Jaden Meissen led the way for the Wolverines with 18 points. Aliso advances to the quarterfinals with the 87-73 victory over Glendora. The Wolverines are moving on to the quarterfinals where they'll play Altaloma. Trabuco Hills, the Mustangs, they've also advanced to the quarterfinals. They'll take on Blair High School. It's a timeout here in the studio. Stay with us. More high school highlights coming up on South County SportsZone.
The greatest thrills and excitement are awaiting you right in your own backyard. The CIF Southern Section and your SoCal Ford dealers encourage you to go to a game at your local high school. Unbelievable action is right in your community. You'll be amazed at what you've been missing. Supporting your local school has never been more fun. Go to a game this week.
And welcome back to South County SportsZone. Thanks for staying with us. We have a pair of girls basketball games in the Division III playoffs. And we tip it off with Aliso Niguel hosting Rio Mesa. Round 1 action, Division III playoffs. Rio Mesa Spartans from Oxnard, California, visiting the Lady Wolverines of Aliso Niguel. Spartans would strike first. Sophia Hill rains in a three from way out there. It's 3-0 Rio Mesa. Paige Russell gets the steal for Aliso, runs the floor, scores, ties it up. We're knotted 6-6. Later in the first, Aliso takes the lead. Shyla Garg hits the three. Nice shot by the junior point guard. Wolverines lead by 1, 9-8. Very tight first quarter. Nona Marino, she's gonna dribble and drive the lane, scores for Rio Mesa. Spartans trail by just 1, 13-12. Pick it up in the second. Brianna Adams, she banks it in for Rio Mesa. We're all tied up again, 20-20. Nicole Borey gets the steal. Borey lays it in to give the lead back to Aliso. Back and forth we go. And then later in the second, Sophie Varka hits the three. And the Wolverines lead 26-22. They're up by 4. Spartans answer. Natalie Quinto, dribble drive, nice move, and hits the shot. Rio Mesa pulls within 2. Aliso takes the lead into halftime, 26-24 at the break. We go to the third quarter, and it's another steal for the white and teal. Sophie Vaca with the takeaway and the finish. Aliso by 4, 30-26. Later in the third, Quinto to Brianna Adams for 2, and the Spartans take the lead, 34-33. We go to the fourth. Rio Mesa extends the lead. Adams to Marino for the easy layup. Spartans up by 6, 39-33. Aliso would narrow the gap. Vaca gets the rebound and the putback, trims the lead to 2, 43-41. Then later in the fourth, ball inside to Fawolio. Turnaround jumper is good. Aliso leads by 1, 44-43. Less than a minute to play. And Sophia Hill drains the 3. Spartans take the lead, 46-44. And then with the game tied, Paige Russell steals the inbound pass for Aliso. And Russell will score. That makes it 48-46 Wolverines. And Aliso advances to round number 2.
So keys of the game was physical defense and get up and press. We aren't a team that normally presses for 32 minutes, but our goal for CIF is, physicality and whether it's in the half court or full court. And today we made a decision to go full court for the whole game, and it paid off because of how tough our kids are.
Exciting finish and a great game overall. Final score, Aliso Niguel 49, Rio Mesa 46. More Division III playoffs, another round 1 matchup. Serna Lancers out of Whittier, California, visiting Trabuco Hills. Both teams are league champs this year. Gretchen Grant misses the first and the second attempt. Tapper gets the rebound and the putback in 1. Trabuco leads 8-5. Lancers would tie it up. Ball out to Haley Jaquez Aguayo. She hits the 3. That ties it up. 8-8. Serna kept it close in the first quarter. Maya Lottie pulls it within 2, 12-10 into the first quarter. Mustangs would pull away in the second. Good ball movement to Kelsey Wong in the corner. Hits the 3. The lead is 5, 15-10 Trabuco Hills. Later in the second, Fujimoto dumps it off to Wong from way outside. Count it. Double-digit lead. It's 23-13 Mustangs. Then Hales gets blocked. She recovers, gives it to Tapper. She makes a strong move and a tough shot. Mustangs by 13, 31-28. Just before the half, Danae Covarrubias gets the buzzer-beater layup for the Lancers, trims the lead to 11. It's 31-20, Trabuco at the break. We go to the third, and the Lancers would narrow the gap. Jaquez Aguayo, she sinks the 3 ball. Mustangs' lead is 7, 34-27. Lancers go on a 13-2 run. Aguayo, she's going to hit the runner, and the lead is 3, 36-33 Mustangs. But Trabuco would settle in. Addie Fujimoto gets her own rebound, gets it to Joelle Fujimoto for 3. It's the sister connection, and the Mustangs are up by 6. Breakaway for Trabuco. Good hustle and block by Ella Amonte for the Lancers. Gotta like that hustle. And then Trabuco answers with good defense on the other end. Gretchen Grant gets the block and the turnover for the Mustangs. Serna would make it a 2-point game. Covarrubias, dribble drive, floater is good. It's 42-40, Trabuco into the third quarter. Tapper picks the pocket for the steal. Hales pushes it up to Wong, and she's going to scoop it in for 2. It's 48-40, Trabuco by 8. And then it's Elizabeth Tapper from the corner. 3 ball is good, extends the lead to 12, 54-42. Trabuco would crank up the scoring. Addie Fujimoto, she's going to get this ball and take it high off the glass. How about that? Scores. The lead is 16, 58-42. Then late in the fourth quarter, Tapper drives the lane, lays it in left hand. Trabuco goes on a 26-6 run in the final frame, and the Mustangs advance to round number 2.
I always tell my team there's 2 different games. It's the first half and it's the second half. And so they came out and they played phenomenal defense in the second half. Shots started to fall, and you see the results.
Excited for sure. It's definitely really a testament to how our team has been playing, how we've all been practicing together. We really play for each other, and I think that definitely showed during the game.
Good second half effort, especially in the fourth quarter for the Mustangs. Trabuco Hills tops Serna 70-46. Elizabeth Tapper led the way with 27 points. Congratulations to our local teams. Both the girls and the boys are doing quite well so far in the postseason. We'll be back next week with more playoff highlights right here on South County SportsZone.
We'll be right back.